Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, OC Steve, and this time it's another film review. And this specific film review is Prey, done by Dan Trachtenberg. Now, if that name's not familiar, his most recent film is 10 Cloverfield Lane that dropped on Netflix, and he's done a couple episodes of The Boys on Amazon Instant Streaming, and also he's done an episode of The Black Mirror, specifically the episode starring Wyatt Russell as that video game developer that gets caught in his own living nightmare, if you will. So he does have a lot of film credits. So he got the opportunity to direct this fifth iteration in the Predator franchise. So let's take a look at it. Let's kind of break it down. I'm going to talk about the plot synopsis and talk about how this Predator is a little bit different than the other ones that we've seen in other films. So just wanted to kind of provide my own 2 cents. What I liked specifically is when this is set, because usually we get Predator films that happen in present, modern day, current times. A lot of the AVP films, a lot of the individual Predator films. The most recent Predator film was set in modern day. Predators is set in present, but in an alien planet. So we actually take this back to 1719 in kind of the whole Alberta, North Canada area of the Greater Northern Plains. And we follow a female protagonist. And that protagonist is actually played by Amber Midthunder, who is a young actress. She was mostly known for being on Legion. She has 2 seasons there. And then after that show kind of wrapped up, she went to the CW reboot of Roswell. And she plays Naru in this film. And I think she actually does a really good job in regards to playing a female protagonist that's kind of is an outsider, because she doesn't want to follow the tropes and traits of her tribe. She learns the ways of medicine and tracking, but she actually wants to be a hunter in regards to that. And that is solely a position that's usually just reserved for the guys. But she's kind of been learning skills along the way from her brother, who becomes the tribal war chief. So through kind of doing her own training, she sees the actual Predator Yautja drop ship in the sky and sees it as a Thunderbird, as almost a sign from the gods, that you will, that it's time that she takes her place and in the tribe, and she, goes on her great hunt. Now, there's a lot of parallels between the Predator and her in the film individually, where they're both kind of learning to become hunters in their own way. The Predator is kind of systematically learning the different predators on the planet. He takes out a snake, fights a CG wolf, also even eventually fights a bear. That's where the first time that Naru and the Predator clash in the film. There's pretty much 3 acts in this film. The first act is kind of establishing Naru as a character, her place in the tribe, her seeing the Predator ship. And then the second act is she gets captured by French fur traders, which is a little bit weird in my mind, because it's very, it's kind of one of those tropes when you have 2 different cultures. There's always somebody amongst that group that knows every single language known possible, to just kind of as a plot device to make the story go along that much easier. But we see the Predator actually serve all those French fur traders their ass, proverbially, because he just systematically wipes them out left and right. And then the third act is almost very similar to the first Predator film, where Naru herself has to take on the Predator, and she's learning the terrain, sets traps, learns everything that she can about the Predator. And this Predator in itself is a little bit different, technology speaking wise, because he is using different tech. Obviously, he has to use more primordial tech. Obviously, if he jumped into this film using a plasma caster, he'd have a home field advantage, especially with guys using flintlock pistols. So in place of that, they kind of gave him a homing crossbow that is connected into his mask, that ultimately is the reason why he gets killed. He also has the stereotypical, on his right side, the serrated heated blade. He has the serrated net trap that kills one of the fur trappers. He also, on his left shoulder, has a retractable kind of metal shield that is also serrated, so he uses that as a weapon as well. And the spear in itself breaks up into a war club and a metal blade as well. So I get why they were trying to do that. They wanted him to kind of be a little bit on some more even playing field for the protagonist, Naru, and also the French fur traders. So ultimately, she bests him by using the terrain traps, very similar to how Arnold did in the original Predator film. In fact, there's a lot of fan service where, if it bleeds, we can kill it, is what Naru's brother says. Just, some stereotypical stuff. I think this is a very good Predator film in regards to the fact that I would consider this the actual sequel to Predator 2. In the last 20 years, we've had a lot of Predator films, and a lot of them haven't been received all that great. This is 90 minutes. It's good popcorn fun. It is rated R, so don't have the kids watch it on the streaming service. You can find it right now on Hulu here in the States or internationally on Disney Plus. I would say it's worth your time, but it still doesn't hold a flame to the 87 film. So once you're done with this one, it definitely makes you want to go watch Predator 2 with Danny Glover or the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse the Body Ventura. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. What did you think of the Predator? What did you think of the protagonist? Would you want to see other Predator films in other timelines, kind of filling in the history of Predators being on Earth? And as always, like, share, and subscribe, because this is just a little labor of love and I want to keep the conversation going. So I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.